When you were a child, adults looked different, certain, calm, stable, like they'd crossed some invisible line into a world of certainty, and you assumed one day you would cross it too. But then something strange happened. You grew up, and the feeling never arrived. You learned how to pay bills, answer emails, book appointments, maybe even raise children. But deep down, you still feel strangely unfinished, like a teenager pretending to be a person. And here's what almost nobody talks about. Most adults feel exactly the same way. They're just better at hiding it. Because adulthood might be one of the biggest psychological illusions society ever created. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. For most of human history, becoming an adult was obvious. There were rituals, ceremonies, responsibilities. You hunted, worked, married, had children. Society handed you a role, and your identity hardened around it. But modern life destroyed that transition. Now adulthood doesn't arrive suddenly. It dissolves into existence slowly, ambiguously. There's no moment where the world turns to you and says, "You made it." Instead, you just accumulate responsibilities, while silently panicking in the background. And the weirdest part? Everyone assumes you know what you're doing. This is why your first real job feels surreal. Someone gives you access to systems, budgets, important decisions, and part of your brain thinks, shouldn't there be a more qualified adult here? But eventually you realize there isn't. The people above you are improvising too. And this is where everything changes. Because as children, we mistake confidence for certainty. Adults looked powerful because we were seeing them from below. But adulthood doesn't magically remove fear. It just teaches people how to perform stability. That's why so many adults secretly feel exhausted. Not from work, from performance, from pretending they fully understand a world. That has become too complicated for anyone to fully understand. And modern life made this worse. Humans evolved for stable tribes and predictable lives. But now the rules change every 6 months. Careers disappear overnight. Technology evolves faster than human psychology. Previous generations inherited clear life scripts: get married, buy a house, stay in one career. Now people reinvent themselves constantly. And at first that sounds like freedom. But too much freedom creates paralysis. If there are infinite ways to live, how do you know you chose correctly? So people grow older without ever feeling psychologically anchored. 30-year-olds feeling 16, 40-year-olds waiting to become real adults, people shocked by their own age, because internally, the self ages far slower than the body. You always feel like you just slightly modified, which means aging feels less like becoming someone new, and more like watching time happen to somebody else. And this is why adulthood feels fake. The real reason nobody feels like an adult is because modern society quietly removed the conditions that once created adulthood in the first place. Many people no longer own homes, many delay marriage, friendships became digital, communities became temporary. So psychologically, life never solidifies. Everything feels reversible, forever optimizing, forever comparing, forever wondering if there's a better version of life. One scroll away. And when life feels reversible, identity struggles to mature. Because adulthood was never really about age. It was about permanence. Commitments you couldn't easily escape. Sacrifices that reshaped who you were. But maybe the strangest realization is this. The adults you admired as children probably felt this too. Your parents felt uncertain. Your teachers doubted themselves. The people who looked powerful were often scared internally. You just couldn't see it. Because childhood depends on the illusion that somebody is in control. Adulthood is realizing nobody fully is. And yet every morning, millions of uncertain people wake up and continue anyway. Maybe that's what adulthood actually is. Not certainty, not wisdom, just the ability to carry uncertainty without collapsing, to build meaning despite ambiguity, to protect others while still feeling afraid yourself, because there is no final transformation waiting for you, no moment where fear disappears. There are only humans, aging in real time, doing their best. And maybe the most adult thing anyone can say is, I still don't fully know what I'm doing, but I'll keep going anyway. Because being human was never meant to feel complete. Only conscious, only temporary, only alive.